People are always asking me, what's your problem? And I say, what do you mean? And they say, well, look at you. So I just make stuff up to get them off my back. I tell them, my mom was in labor with me during the Cuban Missile Crisis. It's a lot of stress, you know? A friend of mine is 2 years older. His excuse is, when his mom was in labor, she was afraid Nixon was going to beat Kennedy. I was raised Catholic on the south side of Chicago, St. Christopher's Parish. And now, a couple years ago, they decided St. Christopher isn't a real saint anymore. He used to be like the patron saint of travelers. Now he's just a AAA mascot. Thanks a lot, John Paul. I was the youngest of 5, the runt of the litter. When you're the baby, you can't do anything to impress anybody. They've seen it all before. One time I set my head on fire just for the attention, and all my mom would say is, stay away from the drapes. Compare that to my wife. She's an only child. Anything she's ever done has been just wonderful. It'd be like, hey, Herman, come in here. Look in here, in the bathroom. Look at this. Look what our little girl did. Isn't that amazing? Look, it's shaped like a semicolon. And that was last week. I could have fallen in. Nobody would even come look for me for a couple of days. At number 5, it was completely irrelevant. Like a couple of years back, I went to visit the folks. And I get to the house, and there's a for sale sign in front of the house. And I can't find him anywhere. After a couple of weeks, I find him down in Naples, Florida. I get my mom on the phone and say, hey, Mom, what the hell? You moved. Yeah, well, we told everybody. Well, you didn't tell me. Number 5? Yeah. Hey, I had to track you down through Yahoo. Yeah, well, we told everybody. Well, you didn't tell me. Yeah, well, number 5, right? Yeah. Makes me feel real good, like every part of my body's just going to suck right back in. So naturally, my mother never calls, as opposed to my mother-in-law, who always calls, any time of day or night. I'm watching my wife bending over the dishes, and I'm starting to get any frisky ideas. The Polish Miss Cleo dials up, and I don't even have to check caller ID. I just pick up the phone and I say, yes, Dolores? Hi! What are you doing? Nothing. Now. Although my mother and my mother-in-law do have one thing in common. They like to tell me stories about people I don't know, as if I know them. So on one of the few occasions when my mother did call, she rings up and I say, yes? Hey, number 5? Hey, Mom. You'll never guess who I ran into in the grocery store. No, I wouldn't. Guess. Well, I really couldn't guess. Joseph Stalin. No, haven't seen him since high school. No, Agnes McGillicuddy. Who? Agnes McGillicuddy. You graduated with her daughter, little Agnes, in 74. No, Mom, I graduated in 76. No, 74. No, Mom, I'm looking at my diploma. It's hanging right here on the wall in front of me. 74. Oh, okay. Anyway, she's lost so much weight, you wouldn't recognize her. You're right, Mom. I wouldn't. And so one day I'm thinking about dragging Mary upstairs and tossing her around a little bit. And the phone rings. And I don't have to check caller ID. I just pick it up and I say, yes, Dolores? Hi! What are you doing? Nothing now. Dolores, what do you want? Well, I'll have to tell you. You'll never guess who I ran into at the Hostess Outlet store. No, I wouldn't guess. No. I'll send you $5. Don't make me guess. Oh, well, Bert Jacobiak. Who? Bert Jacobiak. Mary's boyfriend. 2 boyfriends before you. He showed me a picture of his house. Oh, it's so big. And then he showed me a picture of his other house. The one in Tampa? The one by the water? And then a picture of his boat that goes in front of that house by the water. I always liked him. Anyway, I figure I can't take this anymore. I get my in-laws a discount coupon for a vacation package in Amish World. It's out in Iowa. Figure they got no phone, no lights, no motor car. They got nothing out there. They got no phones, no electricity. I won't be able to deal with them. I won't hear from them. So I send them off. And then the one day they're gone. And then the kids are in school. And I'm thinking, it's happy time. And then the phone rings. And I don't have to check caller ID. I just pick up the phone and I say, yes, Dolores? Hi! What are you doing? Nothing. Dolores, you're in Amish country. They got nothing out there. Where did you find a phone? Well, I'll have to tell you about that. But in the meantime, you'd never guess. who I ran into out here. No, you know somebody in Amish country? Oh, Mr. Barn Raiser. Oh, he's such a pleasant fellow. He's got a little beard and no mustache. Anyway, he's selling jam. Would you like the gooseberry or the elderberry? I don't know. I don't know. Well, pick one. I don't know. Pick one! So one day, I'm refinishing some furniture and I'm sanding this old chair over and over, hoping to make it bleed. And then I start hitting myself in the head with a hammer, and I do this over and over. And this ultimately results in some horrible, terrible, evil, awful, wonderful hallucinations in which I'm lying in wait for Dolores with a 2x4 and a backup 2x4 in case the first one snaps. And I prod her into a crate as she rounds the corner. I shove her in this crate and I nail the crate shut. And then I dip this crate in concrete. And I've got this big block of concrete with this crate with Dolores inside it. And I wrestle this thing under the back of a truck. And I drive this truck containing this concrete, containing this crate, containing Dolores, out to San Diego to the shipyards and into one of those old captured Soviet diesel submarines. And I load the truck with the concrete, with the crate with Dolores onto the submarine. And I tugboat this thing out to the middle of the Pacific, somewhere near Bikini Atoll. Although the words bikini and Dolores in the same sentence. And then I sink it to the bottom of the ocean. This submarine containing this truck, containing this concrete, containing this crate, containing Dolores. And then I skip merrily all the way home. And then I get home and I sit in front of the TV with just one beer, but it's this big around. And I'm just watching the tube. And then the phone rings. And I don't check caller ID. I just pick it up and I say, "Hello, Dolores." "Hi. What are you doing?" I say, "Nothing, Dolores. Dolores, you're in a submarine, in a truck, in some concrete, in a crate at the bottom of the ocean. Where did you find a phone?" "Well, I'll have to tell you about that. But in the meantime, you'd never guess who I ran into down here."